decided you needed to do a story about the Christ.
Yeah, and I just kept having visions about it.
Have you ever heard of a film that goes beyond the screen and touches the soul? The Passion of the Christ was no ordinary movie. It was an experience. From mysterious whispers on set to crew members feeling an unexplained spiritual presence, something incredible happened during the filming. Some even found their faith transformed, while others felt guided in ways they couldn't explain.
Because the cross was so heavy, you could have made it lighter, but it wouldn't have looked real.
In this video, we'll dive into the untold stories that made The Passion of the Christ more than just a film. Get ready to discover the mysterious moments that left everyone asking, what just happened? This video is about how faith, mystery, and the unexplained came alive on set. Let's dive in.
Now first, like always, be sure to hit the like button down below. It helps us out tremendously with the reach of this video. Thank you.
Imagine being part of something that felt bigger than anything you could understand. Moments so profound, they seemed to reach beyond the ordinary, as if the very essence of life itself was being revealed. But this wasn't fiction. It was a journey where every scene carried a deep spiritual weight, like something biblical unfolding before your eyes. The crew faced challenges beyond the physical, even lightning striking during filming. This wasn't just another movie. It became something mystical. You might give everything you have while overcoming every obstacle you can think of. That's what it was like creating The Passion of the Christ. Picture filming under a relentless sun, then suddenly shivering in icy winds. Every day felt like a test, a deep dive into the story's very essence. Imagine carrying a heavy wooden cross for hours. That was the reality for many involved. Even simple things, like makeup, became a struggle, melting away or washed off by sudden downpours. On this set, people learned to lean on each other, pushing past perceived limits, transforming hardship into a shared journey towards something truly remarkable. This wasn't just a job, it was a shared experience that transcended the ordinary. And then, something extraordinary began to unfold. As filming progressed, whispers of inexplicable events began to circulate. A mysterious light appearing during night shoots seemed to illuminate specific moments, sparking conversations about divine intervention. Some felt a spiritual presence, while others simply felt a sense of awe. One actor, during a pivotal scene, felt an undeniable presence beside him, even though he was alone. The recording stopped, an investigation ensued, but nothing was found. Yet the actor described the experience as deeply comforting, a source of unexpected strength. Even the most skeptical among them felt something unique was happening. The weather itself seemed to respond to the unfolding drama. During a particularly tense scene, dark clouds gathered overhead, mirroring the emotional intensity of the moment, only to vanish as quickly as they appeared. Was it a coincidence? Or was it something more? An echo of the film's powerful message? Even the extras shared extraordinary stories. One dreamt a scene in vivid detail the night before it was filmed.
And I just kept having visions about it, and about, what was that like 12 hours like? And what was that really like? I mean, what does it mean to get scourged and crucified?
A phenomenon that became surprisingly common. It felt as if a guiding hand was at work, leading them towards something larger than themselves. One production member confided, "It was as if we were being led to something far beyond us." These experiences fostered a sense of reverence, a feeling that the film wasn't just being made, it was being blessed. But what about the very real pain and sacrifice? We often think of acting as make-believe, a world apart from reality. But on this set, the lines blurred. Jim Caviezel, portraying Jesus, endured trials that pushed him to his physical and emotional breaking point. In one scene, he was accidentally struck during a flogging, suffering real injuries that took days to heal. This wasn't just acting, it was a profound immersion into a story of immense suffering and ultimate love. A collective experience etched not just in film, but in the very bodies and spirits of those who brought it to life. During the making of a powerful story, extreme cold gripped the set, causing real physical harm. One actor portraying a pivotal figure even faced a terrifying lightning strike, yet chose to continue. This unwavering dedication inspired everyone, creating a bond where no one wanted to give up. Picture this. During a crucial scene, an actor's cries of pain weren't just acting. A real injury occurred, yet they persisted, driven by a deep desire to convey the story's truth. Every moment became intensely real, with physical challenges touching everyone involved. Falls, cuts, and other injuries marked the complex work, becoming symbolic reminders of the suffering being portrayed. This shared hardship fostered a profound sense of unity, strengthening their commitment to the project's purpose. These experiences imbued the film with extraordinary emotional depth. The tears captured weren't just for the camera, they reflected the true impact of each moment. But beyond the physical sacrifices, something even more profound unfolded. Amidst the challenges, a spiritual awakening took place. Many involved felt a deep connection to their faith, as if the filming itself was a spiritual journey. Even those who felt distant from religion were deeply touched by the story's power. A ripple effect, a wave of something profound touching everyone it encounters. This is what happened during the making of a particular film. It began subtly, perhaps with a lighting technician, someone whose job was to illuminate the story, finding himself illuminated from within. A scene resonates so deeply that it rekindled a long-forgotten connection to prayer, offering a sense of peace and clarity amidst personal struggles. It was a turning point, a quiet awakening. This wasn't an isolated incident. Similar stories began to surface, whispers of personal transformations echoing among the crew. The actors, too, were deeply moved. One, portraying a central figure, shared how the experience prompted a profound reflection on his own life, a re-evaluation of priorities, a rediscovery of lost values. It became more than just a role, it was a calling.
That's where Jesus is going to have a deep conversation with all of us when we die. And I don't want to be a part of that. I want to tell him that I love him.
Even those on the periphery, the extras who often remained detached, felt a shift within. One woman, part of the crowd in a pivotal scene, described each day on set as a living lesson in faith and humility. Witnessing and participating in the portrayal of suffering stirred deep contemplation about the true meaning of sacrifice. These transformations weren't confined to the set. They rippled outwards, touching families and friends. The film's spiritual atmosphere was palpable, extending beyond the cameras, embracing everyone involved. This profound connection, however, stemmed from the unwavering vision and sacrifice of one individual. The director, when embarking on this project, knew it would be challenging. Yet, perhaps even he couldn't have foreseen the depth of personal and professional sacrifice it would demand. He invested not only his own resources, but also faced a storm of criticism even before the film's release. For him, the story transcended any risk.
You have to really consider what it is that you need to show in order to be poignant. It can't be linear.
His vision was clear: to create an immersive, authentic experience that captured the essence of sacrifice. He insisted on using ancient languages, a bold and criticized decision, prioritizing authenticity over commercial appeal. The message was paramount. He poured his heart into every scene, working tirelessly with the actors, pushing for genuine emotion. It was as if every tear, every gesture came from the depths of his own being, a testament to the power of a story told with unwavering conviction. The film, The Passion of the Christ, wasn't simply made, it was lived, breathed, and in a way prayed into existence. The journey wasn't easy. The film faced harsh criticism, even boycotts, yet there was an unwavering belief that the message of love and redemption held a power that transcended any controversy. It was about touching hearts, sparking a deep inner reflection, something beyond the screen, something that resonated within. This dedication transformed the film into more than just a movie. It became a shared spiritual experience for so many. This impact wouldn't have been possible without the profound commitment of the actors. Jim Caviezel, in portraying Jesus, didn't just perform, he embodied. He stepped into that role with a depth of commitment rarely seen. Forget the usual Hollywood glamour. There were no fancy trailers, only an unshakable faith and a profound dedication. He didn't just recite lines, he lived them. Those present felt it. This role changed him in ways no one could have foreseen. Imagine being in an environment where every word, every action carries immense weight. That was Caviezel's experience. He wasn't just carrying a wooden cross, he carried the hopes and expectations of countless people yearning to see, to feel, to believe. As someone on set remarked, "You're not filming a movie, you're acting out a prayer." It wasn't just about him, it was the entire atmosphere, something palpable, something beyond explanation. Caviezel became a figure of deep reverence. When he stepped onto the set, a profound silence fell, as if no one dared to disturb the moment. It wasn't just an actor, it was something greater, something that made you look down, wondering if you were witnessing a moment of history. "I don't know if it was him or God who did that scene," someone from the crew once said. What was most striking was Caviezel's quiet strength. He didn't need elaborate explanations. His eyes, his gestures, his weary smiles spoke volumes. He conveyed with his being what many struggle to express in entire books. When asked how he endured the pain and sacrifices, he simply smiled and said, "And if it wasn't that, what would it be?" This extraordinary presence surrounding Caviezel became a vital part of what unfolded. Because just when everyone thought they had witnessed everything, something inexplicable entered the scene. The set became a stage for something beyond the ordinary. It was as if the inexplicable itself had joined the crew. There were whispers, feelings, a sense that something unseen was present. Some called it coincidence, others a mystery, but those who were there knew there was something watching. One afternoon, while adjusting the lights, a technician suddenly stopped, claiming he saw someone standing in the background, silently observing. When they looked again, there was no one. "It must be my imagination," he said nervously. But when others began sharing similar experiences, the atmosphere shifted. It felt as if the set had gained new, invisible, but very real spectators. During a crucial moment on set, one of the extras froze. He heard a voice, not loud, but clear, a thought that felt both within and beyond him. "It matters. Keep going." No one else heard it audibly, yet the emotion in his eyes spoke volumes. He described weightlifting, a sense of guidance. There were no jokes, no doubts, just a shared understanding, a silent acknowledgement of something more. These weren't just whispers or fleeting glimpses. These presences were felt. Suddenly, the scent of incense or flowers would drift through the air in places where only dust and old wood should have been. "Maybe it's a gift," someone offered, but the lightness in their voice couldn't mask the deeper resonance of the moment. It was as if each scene was enveloped by something larger, something beyond our usual understanding. But these experiences weren't frightening, quite the opposite. They brought an inexplicable peace, a sense of silent approval, and within this already extraordinary atmosphere, more mysteries unfolded. After all, a film about faith couldn't help but touch the very core of those involved. The appearances and whispers brought a sense of wonder, but the spiritual impact was undeniable. Each person, crew, extra, star, was drawn into something bigger than themselves. It wasn't just a film, it was a transformation. Some spoke of being changed forever, while others simply carried a new light in their eyes. Something profound had occurred. One story stands out. A cameraman quietly reviewing footage was overcome by a powerful emotion. He had to stop. He described a warmth in his chest, an unfamiliar comfort. "I'm not even religious," he confessed, but it felt like a hug. That experience led him back to church after years away, and he wasn't alone. These transformations extended beyond the crew. An extra who participated in the crucifixion scene shared how the experience awakened a desire to forgive a relative she hadn't spoken to in decades. "It was like I finally understood sacrifice and redemption," she said, tears in her eyes. The film had ignited something within her, and within many others. Even visitors felt this unique energy.
Do you expect to have this reaction when you heard about the movie?
To have this reaction at all?
It's a great story.
You know, too much to watch. A couple times I had to turn my head.
A journalist covering the filming described an atmosphere that was charged, yet not heavy. He felt the emotions of the film permeating the set, touching everyone nearby. It was an unexpected discovery. Spirituality had become an unseen character, present whether you believed in it or not, flowing like an invisible current. And beyond the set, the film's message resonated deeply. Stories emerged of packed churches, shared viewings, moments of prayer and reflection. In a small Italian community, the film inspired reconciliations between former adversaries. It wasn't forced, it was a gentle stirring of the heart, a reminder of the power of faith and forgiveness. It seemed the film had found its way to touch the right heartstrings. One young man, an atheist, shared how watching this film, almost reluctantly at a friend's urging, stirred something deep within him, something he couldn't quite name. He later explained, "I didn't suddenly become religious, but that experience planted a seed that slowly grew." Isn't it beautiful how a single moment can begin a journey of the soul? Years after its release, this story continues to be explored in gatherings and quiet reflections. The creator himself has expressed wonder at how deeply it has resonated with so many, in so many different ways. He feels his work became a bridge, connecting people to their own faith. But perhaps the most profound aspect is how this story transcends all boundaries, uniting us through shared human experiences. Forgiveness, love, sacrifice. These are universal truths that speak to everyone, regardless of language or background. This story found a unique way to express them. Ultimately, what we take away from any story is deeply personal. It leaves us with a question: what will you do with it? These experiences surrounding the making of this film are more than just interesting facts. They invite us to consider how faith, resilience, and even the inexplicable can touch each of our lives. If you feel this kind of story resonates with you, share it. Let's create a space for these meaningful conversations. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.